Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany, your friendly plant-loving internet stranger, back with another video. Today I'm back with, of course, another farmer's market haul. I'm super excited to share what I got today because this is like peak fall produce time, and so I was able to get some things that obviously I haven't seen at the farmer's market before. I've mentioned this is the first time that I'm going to like this larger farmer's market in the area. I started going there in the spring, so this is the first fall that I'm actually going to see what they actually have. Really excited about the things I picked up today. I'm going to quickly run through this stuff so you can see what I got, and also so if you're interested in going to your local farmer's market to see what the fall produce looks like, maybe you'll be able to find some of this stuff locally. I went to the farmer's market this morning with the intent of only grabbing a few items. One of the main things was bread. This is a loaf of einkorn sourdough. I believe it's a brown bread, whole wheat flour. It won't upset your stomach as much if you have a gluten intolerance. I really like this bread. It's a soft, kind of like a sandwich bread, a little bit firmer though. Honestly, the texture reminds me of like banana bread, which is really weird for like sandwich bread, so maybe that's not the best comparison, but it's a dense bread, but it has a little bit of a bounce when you squeeze it. So I'm excited to have this. I got this because I do intend to make some soups this week, a couple of soups. One soup will be a tomato-based soup, and then the other one will be like a creamier veggie soup. I'm not exactly sure what all I'm going to put into it, but I know most of what I have is going to go in that soup. I also picked up my sticky bun, which I got last time I went. This looks so good. The guy was so kind. I asked him if I could get a middle piece, and he was great about it. He actually pulled from the section that was not exposed to the wind or to like the air at all. So I really appreciated that, and I got my centerpiece, and it looks really tasty. Can't wait to dive into that in a little bit. In addition to the bread, I also wanted to get spinach, which I got, and the spinach has been looking so good. All of the leafy greens were looking amazing. This is leafy green season. I'm in the mid-Atlantic. The weather has cooled down quite a bit. I usually like to get my leafy greens from the farmer's market. Just with all of the food recalls lately, I eat a lot of leafy greens. I actually made a goal for myself to eat 2.5 cups of leafy greens a day, which is I think the FDA's recommendation, but I'm actually trying to do that for my own health. I've been picking up spinach whenever I can find it. I pick it up probably a couple times a week at this point because I am going through it so quickly, and I don't like to keep too much of it and then I don't eat it and then it expires. So I've just been kind of like buying it as I need it. As I'm in the city, I'll grab a container. Right now I'm about more than halfway done of a large 16-ounce container I bought from Whole Foods the other day. That's my second choice. Honestly, there are certain brands of leafy greens that I will get, spinach and other, that I will get that are grown locally, but they're like, it's a company that is at a store. So there's a couple of brands that I like to pick up from Whole Foods. Again, that's not my first choice. My first choice is to get it from the farmer's market. I just don't know how sustainable that's going to be as we enter the like winter, and if this farmer's market will be open, if these folks will be out all winter, I don't exactly know. So yeah, I like to just have like backups of the things that I like to buy regularly at the farmer's market that I can get from the grocery store. So anyway, got that spinach. I also wanted to get turmeric, and I was at Whole Foods the other day getting the spinach. I actually got these. I want you to see the store-bought turmeric. Just look at the way this turmeric looks. Does not look as good as this turmeric I just got today. Got that. I also really wanted to get celery. Now we are in celery season. The celery you get at the farmer's market looks nothing like the celery that I see at the grocery store. Usually if I'm buying celery, most of my produce honestly, but especially celery, if I'm buying it from the grocery store, I usually get it from Whole Foods. Sometimes I'll get it from Trader Joe's, but theirs always looks nasty. And in both of those stores recently, a lot of the produce has been impacted by like recalls and E. coli and stuff like that. So for this past year, I've really been prioritizing buying my produce on season, or buying what's in season. Celery is in season. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for celery to come around. I've never purchased celery from the farmer's market. Y'all look at this freaking celery. So gorgeous. I was so happy to see this, and I knew what to look for, even though I've never seen celery that looks like this in the store. You know, the celery you buy in the store is always like that very, very bright, almost like neon green color. It never has the leaves on top of it. And I was just reading somewhere that like the leaves are probably the most nutritious part of the celery. I'm going to be blending this up. I have not pulled my juicer out. It just takes up a lot of space on my countertop, and I just haven't had the patience to deal with that. I've been doing a lot of smoothies though. That's been part of the way I've been helping to get my greens down every day. Like, so I've been doing a lot of smoothies, even though it's getting cold. That has just been something that's really helped me. I'll pop a couple of my anti-inflammatory ginger, turmeric bombs in there as well, and then mix the spinach with like mango or peaches or something, and then drink that. So I'm definitely going to start incorporating, while I have it, I mean, this is not going to last me forever, but I'm going to start incorporating the celery leaves in here too. I don't have any plans to put the celery in soup right now. If I were making like a chicken soup, I would. Celery just has such a distinct flavor that it can kind of throw off the taste of other soups. So I really have to like be intentional with how I'm using it. It's not one of those things that I feel comfortable just saying like, oh, I want to add additional veggies in this soup, let me add celery. I'm not going to do that with this, especially if it's a milder vegetable that I'm using. I don't think I'm going to be really eating this for soups. But I just got some ranch dip. I forget what the brand is, but I got it because I had some hot wings last week and I wanted some ranch dip to go with it to encourage healthy habits this week, because I know myself when I'm snacking, right? I also got some Ruffles. It's a healthy equivalent of Ruffles, but I got some potato chips to eat with the rest of that ranch dip. And I was like, you know what? No, we're not about to eat this ranch dip up with no potato chips. We're going to get some celery and we're going to make a cute little veggie plate with some celery. And we're going to dip our fresh farmers market celery in our ranch dip. And we're going to eat these celery greens and put them in a smoothie. And that's going to be a strange tasting smoothie, I'm sure, because you know what celery tastes like, okay? So I am expecting that these leaves are going to also taste like celery, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it. I'm going to mix it with my anti-inflammatory balm. I'm going to might put a date or two in there as well to sweeten it up. But yeah, so that's my plan for the celery. Just take a minute to look at how beautiful it is. Let's get a thumbnail. All right, so back to the vendor that I got the turmeric from. She also had herbs, so I wanted to get more parsley. I use parsley in a lot of my cooking as a garnish or in my soups and sauces and things, so I go through this quite a bit. And I didn't grow any parsley this year. I actually had a parsley plant. I tried to move it and then the sun burnt it up, so I don't have any parsley to pull from outside in my own garden. Grabbed that, and then I also grabbed some dino kale. I do enjoy eating kale. Dino kale is my favorite kale. It is so good. It's very easy to clean compared to curly leaf kale, in my opinion, because the leaves are flatter. I usually spray my leafy greens with vinegar and let them sit for a minute to kill any cooties that might be on there, and then rinse them. I love using dino kale in soups just to beef the soup up a little bit, and it wilts down really nicely once you like cut it up, but it adds a nice flavor without overpowering the soup. So it's just a nice addition when I make soup or even like pasta and stuff. If I need a little bit of green in there, I love to use dino kale. It's just really easy for me to work with. Also really good in smoothies. So we might do a little trifecta when it comes to the leafy greens. I might do a spinach, kale, and celery leaf smoothie. We're going to see. I also picked up a carrot from her because I needed this. I actually needed this for something else that I think I'm going to save for another recipe. I think I'm going to save for a couple of weeks, and I'm just going to add this carrot into the soup that I make. I usually would grab a whole bunch of carrots, but because I know I'm really just trying to make these two soups, I didn't think I needed that many carrots. I just didn't want to have all that in the refrigerator to go bad. Although I could have gotten carrots and eat them with that dip and this celery. The last two things I got as far as produce, two gorgeous things. These were impulse buys, guys. I did not intend to get this at all. The first is this broccoli. This is my first time getting farmers market broccoli that was locally grown and organic grown. It looks really, really good. I did not intend to get broccoli. This was definitely an impulse buy. Part of the reason I got it, I saw it and I immediately thought like, oh my gosh, cheddar broccoli soup. I don't need to be eating no cheddar broccoli soup though, y'all. So I'm not going to be doing that. And I don't like nutritional yeast, so I'm not even about to try to find a plant-based version of that soup. I'm just going to roast this broccoli and eat it. Maybe I'll saute it. Depends on how I'm feeling, but it is so freaking soft. When I say soft, I don't mean like yucky, soft, slimy, it's going bad. I mean like the tops of this broccoli is so soft. I've never felt broccoli that has felt this soft. You know, like if you go to the grocery store and you touch a head of broccoli, I don't even think they let you touch it like naked broccoli because it's like wrapped up in plastic. But when you get home and take it out the wrapper, at least the broccoli that I've purchased, it doesn't feel like this. This feels almost like velvet if you just kind of touch it. It is so soft in a good way. I cannot emphasize that enough. So I'm really excited to eat this. I might roast this and eat it with my dinner tonight. Do I have any pasta? You know, normally I like to keep a little bit of like a couple of frozen Trader Joe's meals. One of my go-tos is like the frozen fettuccine in the bag. I don't think I have that, but if I do, I'm gonna make it with this right here, and that's gonna be a really, really delicious supper. Last produce item was another impulse buy. Check out this gorgeous purple cauliflower. Now I just kind of messed it up and dropped it on the floor as I was taking it out my bag. It's got that little stinky past gas smell, but you know what, that's going to help you out later on. The smell is not very offensive. It just smells like a cruciferous vegetable. But this, again, is soft to the touch. It feels velvety. This will be really good. I'm so excited to eat this. It's so pretty. I did not intend to buy this, like I said, but it was so pretty, and I just got it on impulse. This is going to be a really good vegetable week. I've been feeling kind of like everything has just been yucky to me lately, and I just feel like I go through these phases where sometimes I feel like I need to load up on a lot of veggies and like light foods, and I'm in that space right now. And now that we've exited like peak fruit season, or at least my favorite fruits is apples and stuff out right now. I'm not the biggest fan of apples. I'll eat them, but they're not my favorite. I love melon and berries and things like that. So I'm trying to satisfy my craving for fresh foods in other ways. So I know I can't get any good watermelon until next year, or just melons in general until next year, or like my blackberries and stuff. Frozen is fine, of course, like I have frozen berries and things, but I still just have that craving for something really fresh, like a veggie or a leafy green or some sort of like light soup or something. So this is going to satisfy the cravings for this week. Fortunately, flowers, y'all know I picked up some flowers. I was late to the farmer's market today, y'all. When I say late, I mean I got there in the 9 o'clock hour instead of the 8 o'clock hour. And that's late for me when it comes to the farmer's market. I was still home before 11 a.m. Getting to the farmer's market late means that I don't get the first dibs on the flowers. So we're coming to the end of dahlia season right now. The blooms typically will last until the first frost. And I think we're getting really close to first frost in my area. While I was on my way to the flower stand, I actually saw a couple of people walking past me with these dahlias, and I knew where they got them from because it's the same person that I buy mine from. But by the time I got to her, y'all, she had one bouquet of dahlias left, and they were not looking the best. They were a deep red color, beautiful, similar to the one of the bouquets I got a couple of weeks ago. I didn't want them though. I am still in marigold season in my mind, especially with Day of the Dead at the end of the week. And I got marigolds. So I picked up marigolds from her, and then like these are gorgeous. Look how beautiful and full this is. And she said these will last me 2 weeks if I keep the stems trimmed and if I keep the water clean, which I know because this bouquet of dahlias is just now starting to like look a little nasty. These are the ones that I got 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I meant marigolds. And then from another flower vendor, actually the flower farm that I used to get a lot of my flowers from. They're a bit more expensive, but their stuff is always super gorgeous and lasts a while as well. I got these. These are Cosmos. Cosmos is one of my favorite flowers, and it's like one of my dream flowers for my future flower garden. They just look so whimsical. Once I get them in the in water, I'll show you what they look like, but they're just so beautiful. And they've got the beautiful fall colors. When I got the dahlias a couple of weeks ago, I was actually debating whether or not I wanted to get marigolds to go along with my dahlias, or if I wanted to get the Cosmos to go along with the dahlias. So today it was Cosmos time, and I'm so happy. I do not regret this purchase. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more content just like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.